Good afternoon, Van Buren.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
This is 240521. This is State of Michigan versus Timothy Andrew Toyne. Troyne.
Troy, like coin.
I'm sorry, state your name for me.
Troy, Timothy Andrew Troy.
Troyne. Thank you. Sir, today is the day and time scheduled for your arraignment in this felony matter. The court has received a form signed by you that indicates that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney. Is that correct?
Well, I have an attorney.
The form that you signed this afternoon indicates that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney for the arraignment. Is that correct?
Oh, I assumed I had an, I assumed I had an, I have an attorney of, Ron Ruark. Should be in the paperwork there.
You're expecting Mr. Rourke this afternoon?
I was, but I mean, if I have to have a court appointed for this time, I would take it. But I would assume I will have an attorney come time.
Judge, I'm happy to reach out to the attorney. I did not receive any information on that with the incoming paperwork.
Thank you, Andy. Then, sir, give us a moment. We're gonna have court staff reach out to Mr. Rourke. The court did not receive the indication that you were expecting an attorney or that you had retained counsel, so sit tight.
Sir, how do you spell your attorney's last name?
Ruark. Ronald.
Let me reach out to him. Just give me one moment. I just spoke with Mr. Rourke. He's going to be on in about 5 minutes.
Okay, Mr. Troy, I'm going to go back into my office when Mr. Rourke comes on. They'll connect you with him. If he's available to do the arraignment, we'll do it this afternoon. So Andy, call me when they're come out of the breakout room, please.
Will do. Thanks, Judge.
Thank you. Let me get you set to host so that you can set up your rooms.
Van Buren, can I ask what officer is present?
It's Officer Short.
Hi, Officer Short. I wanted to give you the heads up in case you need to check with Detective Harrison. We did not receive a paper form for a bond rec for this case. So Judge was going to ask for the bond rec verbally on the record when we call the arraignment. So I don't know if you need to get information on what the bond rec is so that you can provide that verbally, or if you want to have him send the paperwork over since we have a couple minutes here.
Yeah, let me give them a call. They just called me off the road for this.
Okay. Mr. Troyan, the best address for the court to have on file for you is the 35616 Brush Street in Wayne. You can receive notices at that address, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Rourke. Thank you for joining us on such short notice.
Not a problem. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Are you able to meet, or I'm sorry, did you need to meet with Mr. Troyan prior to arraignment today?
Let me meet with this for a minute or two. Talk to
Sure,
you.
let me go ahead and get you into a breakout room.
Thank you, Andy.
Mhm. Were we ready for the judge?
Andy, we are, before she gets on the bench, what are the charges?
Sure. I can send you a copy of the complaint if you'd like to look at it.
That'd be great. I just want to know, I'll probably waive the hearing, so I just want to know beforehand what the charges are.
Officer Short, were you able to get a hold of the detective?
I'm still working on it.
Okay, noted. Thank you. Mr. Rourke, what's your email address?
ronaldruark@gmail.com.
We have a bond. It's a controlled substance.
All right, counsel, if you could let me know if that comes through on your end. There's one count.
I'm waiting for it. I got it, Andy.
I made contact with the detective, Ms. Beers.
I'm all set.
Perfect. All right, I'll let the judge know we're ready.
Hey, Tim, can you hear me?
Yes,
How long have you lived in Michigan?
since 1978,
2 kids, right?
4.
4? You married to Becky or just, together?
Common law. We've been together 14 years.
14 years? 4 kids?
Yes. 3, yes.
Thank you for logging on, Mr. Rourke. This is 240521, State of Michigan versus Timothy Troin. May I have your appearance, sir?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ron Ruark for the defendant, who's appearing via Zoom along with me. Will waive the reading, ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty. And I'm prepared to talk.
Thank you. Mr. Troin, are you able to hear Mr. Ruark?
Yes,
Sir, he's waived your right to have the reading of the formal reading of the complaint against you. He's asked the court to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. The court did not receive a bond recommendation. Officer Short, what's that recommendation?
5,000, 10%, Your Honor.
Thank you. Your response to that recommendation, sir?
I would ask for the 5,000, but personal bond. Mr. Troin has been living with married to the same woman for the last 14 years. They have 4 kids together. I have represented him for the last 10 years in various matters. He owns his own business, which is thriving. He lays commercial and residential floors, and I just don't see a need for anything beyond a personal bond. I believe he lives in Wayne right now, Your Honor.
That is the address in the court file. There was a petition for court-appointed attorney attached to the file. Mr. Rourke, is it your indication that you'll be representing Mr. Troy going forward in this matter?
Yeah, until he notifies me otherwise, I'll be representing him, Your Honor, as private counsel.
Thank you. The court has had the opportunity to review Mr. Troy's criminal history, which is nothing to note. Based on the representations made by Mr. Rourke, the court will deviate from the recommendation made by the Department of Public Safety. Set Mr. Troy's bond at 5,000 personal. Sir, you do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by this court until such time as this matter is resolved in its entirety. Your next appearance date will be on Wednesday, June the 18th, 2024. You need to give me a time, Andy. It'll be with Judge Green.
9:30 a.m.
Thank you. 9:30 a.m. with Judge Green in courtroom number 3 by Zoom. Again, the case number is 240521. Next appearance date, June the 18th, 9:30 a.m. in number 3 with Judge Green.
Your Honor, may I just address
Sir?
the date? The date of June 18th is fine, but I do have a 9:30 in-person hearing in the 35th District in Plymouth.
Can see if we have a later time or an
Yep.
earlier time.
8:30 or 11 would be better. Did we say that was going to be in person? With
No,
Judge
sir,
Green?
it's on Zoom.
Zoom? Yeah, 8:30 would be perfect, or 11 o'clock, 11:30. I could zoom in.
Let me check because that's at the exact ends of our docket. Let me check with Judge Green's court recorder and then I can shoot you an email, Mr. Rourke.
That's fine. I'm sure we'll work it out. If I have to, I'll
So we'll
zoom
say
from the
9.
court.
I'm sorry, we'll say 9:30 for right now, but Andy will check with Michelle and get the updated time to you well before the 18th, okay?
Thanks, Sharon. I really appreciate your indulgence.
Was there anything else, sir?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
Anything else, Van Buren?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck to you, Mr. Troy. That concludes this court's docket.
Thanks, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you, sir.